Alright, folks, welcome back to the Boys of Green YouTube channel. It's post match reaction to our second US Tour match where it finished Celtic 4, Manchester City 3. I'm joined by Nathan. How are you doing, Nathan?
I'm a bit surprised. Don't know what I've just seen.
I think we're all surprised with that result. I was kind of expecting, even with the obviously weaker team that City brought out, they still had Haaland up front and in that back four. I was very worried, but obviously we got through it. As I said, the back four when that came in, Nathan, what were you thinking?
World help us. I mean,
Um,
I think the defending was criminal at some point. So I genuinely, it feels like Liam Scales gets in a corner and just kicks the ball. It
aye,
was really frustrating. But it's a pre-season game and I don't look too much into it.
well, we may as well look at the team. We started with Michael and Goves, a back four of Ralston, Welsh, Scales, and Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, and KUHN, Maeda, and KYOGO up top. It's probably closer, Nathan, to the team on current signings, but we've got where we'd expect to start. Maybe the exception of Ralston and probably Carter Vickers would come back in. That you'd
Yeah.
probably expect to start that first league game against Kilmarnock.
Well, I mean, I text you, I think, right, in fact, 10 minutes into the first half. We were breaking the line so well, but
Aye.
some of the passing into, like, drilling it into the midfield players, then turning quickly and looking to get the ball out wide. But genuinely, it feels like we've all been crying for it. Get the ball out wide, and that's what happens.
Obviously, I think with the Man City side, there was a lot of youth in there, which I'm not think as I always say, I'm always like that. I'm like you can't look at these preseason ways both ways. It would be the same if we went and get beat tonight. I'd just be like preseason. Obviously it was good to see his win. Because we've been alright in preseason. So and Man City still had some of our big hitters. Haaland, Greenish, and Bob's a decent player. So but it was good, and as you said, Nathan, I thought we were really quick. I think the
Yeah,
criticism last season was we were too slow at times, but we looked to be getting the ball forward a lot quicker. I thought Hatate and
very
O'Reilly,
direct,
I
very
thought
direct.
Hatate and O'Reilly, the midfield was really good, and then it was just if the front three could do something, and they did do stuff. I thought Maida was really good. He was always an outlet for us. Um,
Positive.
Kuhn probably, I'm hoping that's a sign to come for Nicholas Kuhn because he did show some really good signs that he could do something with a football
Hmm.
when we've been crying out for something.
I mean, I'm as I know I don't like saying this about Celtic players, but I was his number one hater. Like anybody that knows me knows that I just don't think he's got anything. But I mean, the player that I saw today was 10 times different, and I know it's obviously a weakened City team, but what we've got to remember about a City team as well is, these youngsters are brought in for millions, like, and they're taught by the best manager. Like, their youngsters are probably worth more than some of our first team players.
Aye.
So, but and obviously it's not about the result; it's about the positive play and the passages of football. And I thought we were drilling the ball into the midfielders so nice.
Aye, well, we may as well, go through the goals. The first goal, I think who plays it? Is it O'Reilly? I think it plays it down.
Hatate played a nice ball into O'Reilly, and O'Reilly
Aye,
played a beautiful ball into Kun, and then
and
Kun.
it's also a good finish with Kuhn as well. So
Mm,
I thought the first half goals that we scored were quite similar. Really, they were doing the right
yeah,
hand side, and then there was a little bit of pace up front. The second goal. I can't actually remember if he kind of think it was just pretty similar again, man. He just broke the lines and then couldn't
yeah.
good finish, and then for the third goal, it's a good pass through to Kyogo, and Kyogo rounds the keeper, and he shows good composure to finish because that's a tight angle. I'm glad
Mm.
for Kyogo because he's worked hard during this preseason. Maybe not had the
He
goal.
looks
Off
sharp.
the sh-
Looks
Oh no,
really
he does
sharp.
look sharp, which is obviously good. Um, but I we get it the first half, a 3-1 up, and you're thinking like no bother. So I'm kind of the same. I'm still like fit enough. And then, yeah, I don't like to say this, but the subs that come on, and I'm going to
We're
pick it
skipping.
one.
We're skipping past Casper Schmeichel.
Oh no, we're going to Spike in a minute.
That's
I'm not going to skip by him.
it.
But I'm going to pick it, and I don't like picking out individual players, but the difference when NICOLAS KUHN goes off the park and Mikey Johnson is stark. It's
I've
it,
never seen a player so bad.
it's and it's not even his technical ability. I think he has got something technically at times, but his laziness not even to track runners at times.
Mm.
I I noticed in the first 5 minutes. I don't know if you did as well, Nathan. Everybody, they were just having so much joy in that left hand side.
Aye, well, I mean, it doesn't help that Taylor was constantly backing off and didn't put a tackle in, but I mean, I think a fullback's number one, thing is they want a winger that can help defensively, and Mikey Johnson just doesn't help.
Because if
He's a
you look at the second City goal, I know we even spoke about the first City goal in the first half. That was a bit of the whole defence was on
defending
ice at
man.
that point. Welsh loses the ball, no surprise, and then everybody's just everywhere.
Aye,
But on to the second goal and the second half for City, it was just Johnson and Taylor are standing there. It's
so
somebody put a
poor.
foul and put a foot not in the box, but outside they just give him a
A
shove.
bit more physical. Aye, physical.
Just give him a if you. I'm not saying foul players, but sometimes you just get, and he just like the two of them are just like dumb and dumber. Like honestly, they were just really like. I think it further emphasises, and it's surely now Winger must be up there with one of the number one priorities
Well, I think
because
after this game, number one priority's got to be a centre back.
a centre half as well. But Mikey Johnson, that drop off was stark. You could
Is it
tell.
even a drop off? Like we all expect it from Mikey Johnson. He's
I,
guff. He's
I,
really
I,
poor.
I think a drop off. You're kind of if you're going for somebody like Kuhn who's actually contributed to something, Kuhn still get his doubters
Feels
and
good saying that.
that's fine. So I'm not saying if after one game Kuhn's fucking Lionel Messi, but it's it's concerning when if we bring a winger off the bench and like Johnson, it just the performance just goes down.
Well, you wouldn't like Mikey Johnson and Forrest were 7 years ago type players. That was 7 years ago. The fact that we've not moved on for at least Mikey Johnson is so worrying.
And it's like, and as I said, take these results with a pinch of salt, so I'm not going to get too negative, but it's not like Mikey Johnston was up against Kyle Walker today or
Mm,
Guardiola, he was up against a Man City youth product. And
aye.
and that's no disrespect. But Mikey Johnson's at the age now where he should be stating a claim in a first team somewhere. Celtic or
Not here.
elsewhere.
Not here. He's not good enough. I mean,
Um,
he just gets the ball, cuts in and shoots. It's the same thing.
aye.
It's the same thing.
Um, then because we went through a bit of spare 15 minutes, we think they're going to pile of attack with us. The second goal, it's a good cross for Bob and Haaland. Just
Mm.
does what how that guy does, man. The guy's just a robot.
Yeah, there's
Um,
not much you can really say about the goal
but
unless I think the goalie could have came out and
um,
made his presence felt better.
I just
It's
think
Haaland
I just think as well, but Scales is too easy to drive. He doesn't. He's miles away from him,
caught underneath him.
and you can't do that. And that's going to come the Champions League. That's
Hmm.
why I've said for a long time, Scales is not the level that we are needing because, and most centre halves in world football are going to get caught on that. I get that, but you need players to stand up to players like this to stop them,
Mm.
whatever, ever. And that most centre halves you're going to bring in are not going to be able to get up towards Haaland. I get that. But I think that's a good thing about these friendlies. There is stuff to you
Aye,
need.
but I even think that Scales' positioning throughout the game was just like because there were a point in the first 7 minutes where I think Haaland got through or somebody got through and Scales just completely ran past him. Like his
Aye,
positioning is awful. And I like Skills as a backup, right? But I mean, if we want to progress as a club, we need a solid centre half next to Vickers.
Vickers. Aye. We've not touched on him. Obviously, Schmeichel made his full debut tonight, if you like to call it that way. And how do you think he done?
Wow, it
Like,
just it feels so relaxing knowing that we've got a top quality keeper that I think genuinely could walk into a lot of Premier League sides right now.
aye, I think
And
so. I think
had a
it.
good Euros, the Callum McGregor, I watched that interview at half time. Callum McGregor talking about Schmeichel. You can already see the influence, the figure, the aura, if you like to call it that, of somebody that's played in the highest games. So
And the thing I liked as
it's
well
so
when
easy.
when they conceded the first goal, sorry, he was really annoyed because
Mm,
I think he was unlucky to be honest. He made a good
yeah,
save and it just kind of. But all signs are obviously good. Aye, it's pre-season and everything else goes with it. You can't judge it too much, but the early signs look obviously good. Um,
you kind of know what you're getting with Casper Schmeichel. Like,
aye.
uh,
Amazing. The final got the fourth goal that was scored. With two wingers actually done something tonight. Hallelujah. Um, the fourth goal was just a simple ball across, and Palmer
quick
couldn't
play,
miss.
quick
He
play.
couldn't.
That's where it came from.
He couldn't miss. I thought it might have been offside, in fact, but it wasn't. So, but I think overall, we looked alright tonight. I think I just say it's not. We're not talking about a full strength Man City here, but we got the result. And they still had some of their main guys out there as
Mm.
well. So
I'd like to
yeah,
touch on one player though, who I think is a really good player, Donovan.
it looked good when we come on
Donovan
defensively.
looked really good defensively, and he was the one that opened up the wee space in the middle for the fourth goal for the
Aye,
ball to go
his
to James
crossing looked
Forrest.
good. His crossing and
Mm.
his play up the wing going forward. I've noticed that the two young players were brought on,
Anderson.
Anderson as well. I think he's up and doing, doing well attacking wise. I don't know. It will be interesting to see if they get a break in the team because we've seen it with Mitchell Frame as well. He was meant to get a wee run in the team, and league fixtures are different because you can't really experiment.
I
So
but
it'll be
you can't
interesting.
like this can't be a reason sign a left back because
No,
like Greg
definitely.
Greg Taylor's not good enough as it is. Like he was, I think Greg Taylor was really poor tonight. I think just his position just annoys me. Like the goal in the first half that City scored. Why is he so narrow? Well,
Aye,
I won't understand it. If he was in his natural position, the ball's literally just going to break to him, and then he kicks it away. And even there was a point in the first half where he kept backing off Oscar Bob, and then Maeda just came in and took the ball, and they're like, "That's what you should have done in the first place."
aye.
So
No, I
they
think
need an
definitely.
upgrade.
Well, I think we've got under 2 weeks now to
Get our
find
finger it.
these to find these players that we need. We need another striker because we're Kyogo's shoulder
Mikey
pop.
Johnson up front.
Basically we're Kyogo's shoulder to pop out and Mikey Johnston's up front at this rate.
Well, I
Um,
mean that chance that Palma put in for Mikey Johnson, what a ball by the way.
he should
A
have scored.
striker, a striker finishes that.
Aye. Um, so as I said, we've known this for a while. We've got a lot of kind of work out, but obviously it was good to see his win again. Obviously with the US tour for 2 wins out of two. We play Chelsea next, obviously
So
a lot easier than the other games we've played. So, um, is it Saturday? So,
Saturday it's actually
so
early. It's 9 p.m.
alright, so that, but aye, so just about, to be honest, I just want the third game over. To be honest, I can't be bothered.
No
Hit to be
injuries.
honest. No injuries and just get back here. We need to get our stuff sorted out. But it'd
I
be
know,
good
like
to.
one striker for this long. Like I actually, my dad was absolutely raging at it, and he was like, if he was screaming for Kyogo to go off it, I think it was like 55 minutes, and he's like, why are we not taking him off? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, we've genuinely got nobody else.
Nobody else. I think there will be a striker brought in, but
There needs to be
transfer.
two though.
Aye.
Every big club needs three strikers.
Well, Rogers has said that. That's what his dad's come out of Rogers' mouth. So, but a transfer's another video, man, because we could be all night.
Exactly. But I'm
And,
happy with the passages of play that they played today, man. They looked really cool, really good.
it's a lot quicker. I think that's the big thing for me. There seems
Get
to
the
be
ball out wide.
more pace
mm.
in the midfield on it, and just overall, I think it's not that stagnant football. I'll be interested to see how we do against a low block when there's 10 men behind the ball. Um, but
Mm.
to end off, we may as well just go in a man of the match. I'd say KUHN. I think you can't
I
know he
don't
had two
know,
goals and an assist. So
no doubt. I mean, I was personally, and let's not underplay it. He put the two goals past a really good goalkeeper in Ortega that a lot of City fans were saying if Ederson leaves, he'll be the number one,
Aye,
and he slotted them home. And KYOGO with his finish as well, that's some top quality stuff. Having the
aye.
composure to take it round. So all round in front of goal, I think we're positive. We could have got more. Hitati could have scored in the first half, but I'm happy.
I know, definitely. But that's probably going a bit for post-match reaction. I think we've covered mostly everything. Really, there's not much to cover when it comes to these games. But I will be back with post-match reaction after the Chelsea game, and then obviously I think next week we'll have a podcast just discussing all three games. But until then, speak to you later. Hail, hail.